Good morning, everybody.
Good
We
morning.
are in Miami, Florida, doing another ship tour.
Yes, today we are going to be taking a look at the Icon of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's biggest ship, and I think the biggest ship in the world.
Yep, according to the facts right now until the next one comes out, this is the biggest ship in the world.
Yep, so strap up your shoes and let's get going.
This is a very unusual entrance.
Yeah, it's out on a little patio.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
As soon as we walk on to the Icon of the Seas, as you can see, we have got an amazing atrium. And they are already ready for the balloon drop on day one. All right, we are now on deck 5, which is the main promenade deck. So you're going to have port merchants here. This is where you're going to go to get your liquor. And this will be open once you get out to sea. You'll also be able to get your cigarettes there. Now, if we go right across from the port merchants, you're going to find Next Cruise. So Next Cruise is where you can book your next cruise while you're on board. Now don't fret, you can also provide them with the name of your travel agent, so you can still get all of the perks and discounts for booking on board, and your travel agent can handle the rest once you get back. And if you need a travel agent, don't forget, Melinda and I both can help you out. Take a look below for our contact information. Now, as we move on, we are at the Point and Feather Bar. So this is where you can come to wet your whistle, get yourself a nice drink, chill out, do some people watching. Now, as we zigzag back across the promenade, this is where you're going to find your guest services. So if you do run into any kind of issue that you need addressed, then you can come up here to guest services and get everything taken care of.
All right, we made our way down to deck 4, and this is where the music hall is located.
It's groups, mix of groups, like spacing wise. It's like
Very cool. Unique entrance in the music hall. Ryan and I had the opportunity on the Utopia to go to the music hall and listen to a good variety of different music. One night is 80s, one night is the 40s, so you never know what you're going to get when you come to the music hall. There's a bar upstairs. All right, we walked right into the casino, accessing it through the music hall. All right, we got some table games, we got 3-card poker. We have a main bar right here. You have slots at the bar, so you can sit at the bar and still play your slots. We have a craps table. There's your blackjack table, $25 a hand. There's TVs in here so you can watch some sporting events as you gamble. There's $15 blackjack. Oh, keeps going. There's Wheel of Fortune slots over there in the corner, I see. More slots, and guess what? More slots. Again, this is the Casino Royale. Still on deck 4. And we're gonna make our way up to, it looks like one of the dining rooms. This is also, if you have the key, this is where you can drop off your luggage. If you need some more information on what the key is, give us a comment and we will fill you in. We're gonna do a quick spin through. Looks like you can come here and eat on embarkation day. Might be a great alternative for a little slower pace than the buffet. There's a couple decks here. Got white tablecloths.
So continuing on the main promenade, I do want to point out one thing. I'm not sure if we mentioned it when we were down on deck 4. But this escalator right here takes you down to the non-smoking area of the casino. So if you do not want to walk through the smoke section, you can take this escalator to get in and out. And of course, we have the iconic Pearl. It's just a cool light up ambiance that takes you up to deck 6. Very cool. All right, once we pass the Pearl, you will see there is Royal Caribbean logo shops. Now again, this will be open once you actually get out to sea, but here's where you can come to get yourself some bedazzled rhinestone cups, shirts, logo gear, basically anything you need for Royal Caribbean wear. Now, right across from the shopping is your upscale cafe. This is your Starbucks. We also have the Collection, which is another shopping for mainly purses, but a few other odds and ends. Now, you can't get on a Royal Caribbean ship without having Sorrento's pizza. Now, Mel and I have tasted MSC's a little while ago, and I have to say they're neck and neck with Sorrento's. We love the flavors of the MSC, but we're thin crust fans, so we love the thin crust here, although the MSC pizza was banging. Now, right across from Sorrento's, we have our Spotlight Karaoke. Let's go take a quick look. So karaoke has gotten so popular that Royal now has a dedicated space. So you will have yourself a bar, and then your mic right there in the center, with plenty of seating around for the audience to cheer you along. So get yourself some liquid courage and belt it out. Now we're going to zigzag back across again. And what we have over here now is, oh my goodness, I've never seen this before. An Effy, who would have thought? No, seriously. You've seen any of our tours or been on cruise ships, this seems to have a stranglehold on every cruise line for your jewelry at sea. And then right next to it is where, ladies, you can come and get all your perfumes and makeup. And guys, they do have a little section for us. Get yourself a nice polo muss. This is also where the fitness center is. So we had to walk outside and go all the way to the front of the ship, but welcome to the fitness center. Hello. So as you can see here, they do have lots of bikes and treadmills on this side. Looks like they've got some ellipticals as well. This is the first time I've seen a fitness center where you actually had to go outside on the outside deck to wrap around to the front. But it's cool because they've got the running track right out there and it leads you over here to your fitness center. Now, as you can see here, they also have free weights. Looks like they also have some lockers that you can utilize. And then the other side has more treadmills and elliptical machines.
Next up, on deck 5, we're going to the Royal Theater. This is going to be their main theater, obviously. We have tabletops here in the back with seats. We have some handicap seating up here at the top as well. They do have cup holders. All right, there's multiple decks to this theater, so it looks like deck 5 is the top deck. You can go down to deck 4 to also access this theater. This is kind of a unique little entrance on the upper deck. All right, continue on deck 6. We're making our way forward back towards where the Royal Promenade is. This is going to be where most of your shops, the rest of the bars and restaurants. You have Boleros here on the left-hand side, which is a staple for Royal Caribbean. It's a Latina kind of theme. And then on the right-hand side, we have Schooner Bar, which is one of their most popular bars. It's also where you can do some trivia sometimes. And as we continue through, we can see more and more people are coming aboard. They do have live music here. It's a great place to come watch some live music. All right here to the right is Giovanni's. This is an interesting place for Giovanni's. This is the Italian style restaurant for Royal Caribbean. You kind of walk through it. So it's kind of informal setup here, really. And again, here's a little overview. I smell the pizza. I still think Sorrento's has MSC beat as far as pizza-wise. If you have a different opinion, let me know in the comments. MSC has some great flavors, but the crust on Sorrento's is just outstanding in my opinion. We're stepping into a new area. We have a Dueling Piano Bar. So again, it probably means that you're gonna have some live music. And dueling pianos. Looks like you can walk up and have a bar on one side as well. All right, we have a little interactive area over here. Nice. Cute little touch. So the attic is the comedy club for Royal Caribbean. It's not open yet, obviously, but it's tucked here, right here in the main area.
All right. Also on deck 6, across the way from Giovanni's, is the Pearl Cafe. So this is where you can come for your complimentary snacks and a few upgraded snacks that do cost. This is also where your beverage package will work for your specialty coffee. And then you have plenty of areas to sit here, a lot of comfy couches looking at the floor-to-ceiling windows. Now, Also on deck 6, right across from the schooner bar, is Boleros. This is where you can get your Latin funk on. So you can see they have lots of seats and a bar in the background. And as we whip around, there's a dance floor here for your salsa. Doom, chicken, chick, doom, chicken, chink. Or as I like to say, chicken burrito, chicken burrito, chicken burrito, burrito, burrito. Hey, doom, 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 doom. You guys know I love you. And here's your live Latin music. All right, onward. Now, Adventure Ocean is a nice little place for the youngins, and they will break them into various age groups. So first up is going to be Adventure Ocean Babies, which is 6 months to 36 months. So as you can see here, there's definitely a lot of mats and places for the little ones to crawl around and watch Blue's Clues or whatever. Next up is going to be Adventure Ocean Juniors. So this is going to be 3 to 5 year olds. So as you can see, now we've moved up a little bit with things that they can play. This one has a little play fort. And then we whip around here to the other side. There's lots of little cubby holes, little places for them to sit, little books to read. So there you go. Moving on, we have a little theater area for our older kids here. A little hangout zone with a little cool motif. All right, continuing on. So as you can see, this area, now we're starting to get into the kids who like their video games. Lots of little substations there for that. And then you have more get together with iPads, activities and crafts. You're gonna have little individual hidey holes. And then we've got some table games here, some foosball. You have an arena, which is 6 to 12 year olds. So a lot of big open areas here for dodgeball and hula hooping. All right, there you go. Adventure Ocean.
All right, right across from the kid areas, we have Park West to come get your art work on. We have some shops that we're gonna walk through here. Some designer sunglasses, active wear, Royal Caribbean logo wear, and right into Playmakers. So this is a new location for Playmakers. And if you don't know what Playmakers is, it's where you come and watch all your sporting events. Oh, look at the foosball table. They have a great dessert here. If anything, just come and have the dessert. It's well worth it. The campfire s'mores brownie, what's it called again? Campfire cookie. All right, we're gonna walk through here. And we are entering into Absolute Zero. But before we do that, we're going to go into the social, which is going to be your teenagers. Nice little cool entryway. Cute. Lots of little bright colors. This whole ship has lots and lots of bright colors. And you see there's a lot of little different activities they could do. They have little, almost like movie rooms here. Like private little movie rooms. And over here we have a couch area with another TV area. We're gonna whip around here to this interactive table. Yeah. Nice. I hit okay. Oh well. Oh, it's like, okay. Easy to keep the kiddos entertained. All right, we also have some foosball tables here, in addition to what we saw in Playmakers. All right, we're gonna exit out of the social, and we're gonna go over and peek at the theater. Absolute zero, that makes sense now. I can feel the temperature drop in here, it feels pretty good. Oh yeah, it is a different setup. It's more of a circular area versus where you had a stadium kind of style like area. Oh, Ryan's gonna do a seat test real quick. I do see cup holders. And we're gonna do a Ryan test.
I give it, I think, a D minus.
D minus?
A D minus, not an F, because at least I'm not sitting on the ground, but this would not be very comfortable for an extended amount of times. My legs are getting pushed in by the arms, so this is definitely not robust friendly.
All right, up here at the top, we have handicap seating.
Yes, and what I do see, which is where I would probably end up sitting, is there's a couple of tabletop chairs.
Yep, I see those too.
That are on the very top that would be best for plus sizes.
All right, onward.
We have arrived at Surfside. All right, let's go ahead and head on down. All right, we are now at the aft of the ship on deck 7. Now, deck 7 has been rebranded as Surfside. So on the Oasis class ships, you would normally see this as the boardwalk. So first up, we have our arcade. You can see there is a decent amount of prize machines on one side, and then it gets you all the way down to the other side with some racing machines and skeet ball and basketball games. Now, right across from the arcade is the Surfside Eatery. So again, this is going to be another buffet place for you to come grab something to eat. Looks like they have little mini half pizzas, little burger sliders. They do have some seafood. So a little abbreviated menu from what you have up on the Windjammer. In the center, they still have the iconic merry-go-round. And then we do have Sugar Beach, which is currently closed, but this is where you can come to get your old-fashioned Pop Rocks and candies. Continuing towards the back, we do have Splash Play and Surfside Bites. So Sprinkles is going to be your free soft serve ice cream. Surfside Bites over here, you've got popcorn chicken, hot dogs, cheeseburgers, French fries. There's a little kid area to play. And then as we continue down, you can see we have the little Splashaway Bay area for the kids. And then while the kids are playing there, adults we can get verschnickled at the Lemon Post Bar. Or you can come over here to Pier 7. Hello. So Pier 7 is a little intimate dining experience here.
This is a California-inspired all-day brunch venue. Prices are $14.99 per person, but kids 12 and under are free.
All right, well, let's move on. And then last but not least, past the little splashaway area is going to be another great spot for you to get in the pool and look at Sail Away. All right, Onward.
Called Empire Supper Club. It's a new specialty dining only on the Icon Class. It's the most exclusive dinner at Sink with live jazz music like in your style back in 1920s. It's like a speakeasy. We try to bring the idea from 1920s when the prohibition started and they had this underground restaurant. It's very difficult to get to where they were selling alcohol. So we have only one sitting a day, only 40 people can dine with us. Everybody comes in at the same time and then we literally lock the door. So from outside nobody can come in anymore, nobody can interfere in the experience. And we have a fine dining with 8-course meal. For each course they all get a different cocktail pairing. So we have like 6 different cocktails and we're also serving champagne, Moet Chandon. And the price for dinner it's $200 a person plus eating gratuities. If they have the unlimited dining package, it's $130 per person without charge. And the thing is, every course needs to be at a specific time on the table because if they pay attention to the lyrics, then they will realize the music is actually describing the food. So besides that, we explain the food in detail and the cocktails in detail. The music is also describing the experience. So it's like a dinner with a show music pairing with food and drinks. All right.
All right, continuing on deck 8, we are heading to honestly one of my favorite areas on these style ships, the Icon and the Oasis class, and that is Central Park. Every single one of these plants are live. They actually have an arborist on board who takes care of everything. Now on the Icon, here on deck 8, they are going to have Chops, Izumi's, the Trellis Bar, Park Cafe, the Champagne Window, Fine Watches, Lou's Jazz Bar, and the Royal Promenade. First up on our left is Chops. So Chops is an area to come for an exquisite upscale steak dinner. Ooh, tomahawk. So as you can see here, there's a decent amount of seating. Again, this will be an upcharge for Chops, but well worth it. One of my favorite places. Right down from Chops is the Trellis Bar. So again, very nice place to come, get yourself a nice drink. And then you do have Izumi's in the park. Again, this is actually a pretty cool concept as well. You go up to the entrance and you can get yourself a poke bowl or dumplings. They also have a killer ice cream waffle cone there. It's a very cool place to eat. And the Royal Promenade is basically stairs that will bring you down to the promenade deck. Which, as we continue onward, you can see there are sporadic other areas to sit. Next up is Park Cafe. This is a complimentary option for you. And you can see we're on embarkation day and there is nobody here. Everyone's probably going for the lobster upstairs. But this is a nice little place to come get yourself a Caesar salad, or a panini. So a very nice quick stop. We have Bubbles, which is a champagne concept bar, and then Reglia for your shopping. So these are going to be your upscale watches and some of your upscale jewelry. Now, right across from Regalia, we're going to come up to Lou's Jazz and Blues. So this is taking the place of where you typically would find Giovanni's or Izumi's. Right now we can't go in there, unfortunately, to show you anything because there is a wedding going on. But again, a new blues and jazz drink concept. All right, now down here on deck 14, the front of the ship, you do have your Viality at Sea Spa. Now also on the icon, just inside the entrance, you have your Viality Cafe. So this is where you can get fresh smoothies and fresh juices. It is a la carte, but if you have either the refreshment or deluxe beverage package, then this is included. And let me tell you, the smoothies are amazing. So as we can see, a nice open lobby area.
And this is Chill Island. Again, we're coming up to a great overview shot of Central Park. Lots of loungers. All right, we got lots of outdoor seating is here as far as loungers and tables. And we have these green wicker little cushion areas. And over here to our left, overlooking the ocean view, we have these little wicker little cage areas with some additional seating. High tops. And over here to the right, we have a bar, which is, I believe, yep, it is the coconut, lime and coconut bar. And again, as we make our way across, we have some more additional seatings. This is kind of broken up, not just one big area. It's actually split in a couple different areas to break up the crowds very nicely. The walkways are nice and big. Easy for a wheelchair to make its way through. Oh, that pool looks so enticing right now in this 90-degree heat. We have a hot tub. It's got an overhang cover here. Don't forget your towels right here. And here's the other side. We got the pool. Lots to sit in, lounger in the pool. And again, another view of Central Park on the other side. And here is Loco Fresh. Got your salsa station over there. And we're gonna step inside into the Windjammer. Get some AC. All right, we're walking into Windjammer Marketplace. And don't forget to washy. Great washing stations when you walk in on both sides.
Check the safety page of the Royal Caribbean app, and once again, welcome aboard the icon of the seas.
And again, there is seating on both sides. It looks like we only have one side open at the moment. And we're gonna take a look at this pasta station. Deli off the grill. Nice individual sides. All right, we're gonna take a quick look at the international station. The international usually is different foods across from different areas of the countries. All right, and they got a seafood.
Actually, have lobster tail and shrimp.
Oh, wow. We might have to get that for lunch. And of course, you have your salad bar. Nice selection, always, Royal Caribbean salad bars. We've got a bread pudding and vanilla sauce. And we have soups. I mean, you can see there is no shortage of variety. We have soups. We have a chicken noodle soup today, it looks like. We got mixed mango pickle, chicken curry, some other things I cannot pronounce. We got stir fry. Nice. Grate your own stir fry. We got barbecue chicken, butternut squash, grilled chicken breasts. We got salmon, butter, mashed potatoes. And we got a nice assortment of fruits. Some watermelon, creme brulee, pineapple, And obviously you got a bar here. They have a coffee bar too. And again, we have a freestyle drink station. We have veggie burgers and regular burgers. We have chicken nuggets, chicken fingers, mac and cheese. A lot for the kids to select from. All right, cold cuts are over here. Check out these ice sculptures. They actually are real. Got scallop, shrimp, calamari, mussels, tuna, salmon, lemon. Another ice sculpture.
Stone crab. We have some marinated calamari right there by the lemon. We have lobster. We have marinated scallops. We have shrimp cocktail that we're trying. Now it's important to note this big seafood buffet, at least the lobster tails, are only on embarkation day. And then we're gonna try, as you guys saw just a few moments ago being made, the Mongolian wok. I had to make it a little spicy with some teriyaki glaze. So we will be back and let you know how this embarkation lunch goes.
Chocolate pudding, I believe. Oreo cheesecake, some kind of puff, I don't know what the whole name was, and a raspberry pineapple rum cake or something, or cake or something.
All right, let's give it a shot. Continuing on deck 15, we are heading into the Aqua Theater, and they are actually currently practicing a section of their show. So here you are. The new concept, the Aquadome.
Okay, here we go. From the top.
And you can see how tiny that pool is for them to do all of their stunts. Plenty of seats that are ringing. You're gonna have a splash zone up front. And it looks like they've got some animatronic things going on here. So, very cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, go 1.
There's your little taste of rehearsal for the Aqua. Now here also in the Aquadome is Hooked, which is your upscale seafood restaurant. So this is going to be an additional cost. But I can tell you we have been at this restaurant on the Utopia as well as the Wonder of the Seas, and it is very, very tasty. I highly recommend the grilled lobster. And then also a good idea is if you're looking at experiencing multiple specialty restaurants, go ahead and get the unlimited dining package. These usually run you between $50 and $60 a person per meal. And if you can find a good deal, you can get an unlimited package for maybe $300 or so. Now as we continue on, it looks like this is our area for the chef's table, and I highly recommend this experience as well. It takes about 3 hours, but you have an exquisite pairing of food as well as wine. Every dish is explained by the chef and followed up by an explanation of the wine pairing from the sommelier. a very, very good experience. All right, onward. Next up on deck 15 is the Overlook. So this is a nice little jungle themed kind of area with plush landscape as well as 2 towers that give you an elevated view. That's a pretty cool little concept. All right. And if you've ever been wondering what is inside the very front of the dome on the icon of the seas, it is this. Again, part of the Overlook. So let's go ahead and head on down. Technically, we're going to be heading down to deck 14. And you're going to have a bar here. Can't go anywhere without a bar. Never a bad thing. You can see there's plenty of seating, and this gives you one heck of a view out the front of the ship. So when you're at sea, man, this is going to be an awesome place. And there's the World America. Now, if you missed our World America tour, I will pop up a notification in the upper right-hand corner. You can go check that out. And it's a partial tour. We'll have part 2 coming later this year when we ride and have our group cruise in November. Let's continue here in the Overlook. Now this is pretty cool. They have a little LED window here that makes it look like you're underwater. That's a cool little concept. And there are bathrooms down here, it looks like. All right, we are gonna pop back up to deck 15. Rye and Bean Bar. And then don't worry, if you are mobility challenged, you can get down to that Overlook at deck 14 and a half by hopping on this little elevator. And then it'll take you right down to the Overlook. Yeah. Okay. Now, as we continue here on deck 15, we are going to head into the Aquadome Market. So it looks like you're going to have toast and garden, which is again salads and bread. And then you have a feta Mediterranean option here. Looks like they have different mac and cheese. They have different pastas and crepes. So there are some of your salads and some of your offerings. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. A pita with pork and chicken. I've got a lot of tzatziki and hummus, so basically almost a make your own pita. Oh my goodness. Look at that mac and cheese. Hey, that's a good name. Good name. Yes. Morning. So this is really cool. You have your own, hello. And then you have your Asian ginger bar. Wow, this looks delicious as well. Excellent. Wow, they look like they have a lot of cool options here. And then to wrap it up, you're going to have your crepe dessert area where they'll make your own specialty crepe. Creme De La Crepe. This is a very cool area. Looks like you have lots of tables in this area as well.
All right. We're on deck 16. And we are walking outside to something cool. Thrill Island. Thrill Island. All right, we're gonna walk on through. This has got a nice little jungle theme. Some unique seating areas, opportunities. Got the bold colors again, the green. Over ahead, we got a water slide. The Category 6 water slides. Yep, and they got water running, so they're on right now. Got a nice little walkway over here. Great place to spend the day with the family when it's hot outside. All right, see, there's a nice open area in between the decks here to keep it so it's not just one big occupied space. They're breaking up the areas to spread the crowds throughout the ship. It's a nice little area to do sail away. We got a couple, looks like hot tubs across the way there. Lots to see right here in this little area on the aft of the ship. You got the water slides, you got the Flowrider. Lots of loungers again. All right, and it looks like over in this area is the putt-putt golf. It's not a very big course, but it's a cute little, looks challenging little course. Got a little pirate ship theme, airplanes. We're gonna move on. This is called the Hideaway up here. This is the adults only area. It's 18 years plus.
So the Hideaway is complimentary, adults only. The only upcharge you have on this deck is the cost for the day beds.
All right, as you can see, this again has a lot of good seating, a lot of spread out areas for people to enjoy and relax, not feel so crowded, because this is a very big ship. Carries lots of people. So they're doing their best to make sure you feel like you're not overcrowded on the ship.
Now from deck 16, you'll have access to deck 17, which is the sports court. We're gonna go take just a quick look. At the aft of the ship on deck 17 is the sports court. Nice little area for you to come play some basketball. Looks like they also have a little field hockey set up. And there you go, little quick deck 17. Continuing on deck 16, you have the Lost Dunes Bar and Base Camp. And instead of the pesky parrot, you have Marty.
I'm the captain now.
All right, Marty's the captain. You guys heard him. And so here's your base camp provisions where you can get yourself some burgers. And then as we continue on, heading towards midship, you have yourself a little table soccer. You literally will sit one on each side and kick the soccer ball back and forth. And then you have Adrenaline Peak here, which would be your ropes course, if you will. Not ropes course, your climbing wall. varying levels of difficulty. All right, next up is the Crown Edge. So this is officially your ropes course. So as you look up there, you'll see you have suspension bridges. This is also that commercial there. Right there is the ledge where it gives away under you, and it is your mini zip line. Continuing on deck 16, we're now midship and we're at the center pool area. Now that is below us one deck, but we are on the sun deck that is slightly above it. Now where we are right now on deck 16 midships, this is where you would have the sail away party. And as we look below us, just a quick overview of deck 15. You've kind of got those stretch web beddings, kind of like on a catamaran, and yourself a little circular swing. And also here on deck 16, you do have a very small dry slide, and this one only goes down one deck, so it's not the biggie. And I'll take you right down to deck 15. Now we're again at the lime and the coconut. There are two parts to this bar, so we're now on the upper level. And this is also where you can check in to rent your castillas or day beds. Lots of different frozen concoctions for you to enjoy. All right, we're at another pool. Now you'll notice on the icon that they don't have one big area. They have lots of little areas dotted throughout the different neighborhoods. So this one has a nice swim up bar there. And that one's slightly deeper. And then you've got on the upper side a sun deck with just a few inches of water to keep you cool. Trust me, the way it's feeling today, I'd love to hop in there actually. All right, so also on deck 16, as we're heading towards the front, you have the Coastal Kitchen. So the Coastal Kitchen is going to be available for suite guests only. You can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner in here. And for suite guests, if you time it right, you can actually have dinner on the back wall where the open windows are, and that looks down right on the Aquadome. So you can have dinner and a show. Coastal Kitchen, definitely worth taking advantage of if you have a suite. Onward.
All right, guys, we just finished the Icon of the Seas, and I was pretty impressed with what I saw. There is a lot of different areas that was incorporated in the ship. It seems like the first two were just a trial, and this one they got it right.
Yeah, they did. It is amazing. And you know what? Between this and the World America with our highlight tours,
this one was, we saw a lot more on this ship, and I have to say, Icon, we might have to go on the Icon.
Yeah, we'll get a full appreciation in November when we do the World America, but I think we're going to have to actually take a cruise on this so we can really compare putting it through its works and its motions.
There's so many places to eat, there's so many places to adventure, there's so many places to sit, there's so much to do. You will not be bored on this ship. And there is so many people here, but it does not feel crowded. It is so open.
It doesn't. I mean, it's nice. They got it right. So far with our little taste test of the Icon, they got it right.
Right. So we appreciate it that you guys follow along on this video. And if you want to see more of our videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so you can get those notifications.
That's right. And if you're looking to take the next step to help the channel continue to grow, click that join button to find out a little bit more about becoming a member.
Yep.
We do appreciate it.
And as always,
we'll see you next time on
the Scenic Route.
Later, everyone.